While the world's mainstream media remains obsessively hyper-focused on NASA's struggling surface missions and Elon Musk's public rocket tests, a far more chilling and highly strategic space race is quietly unfolding, completely hidden from human sight. Deep beneath the cratered, radiation-blasted crust of the Moon, international deep space radar systems have quietly detected a massive surge of unexplained thermal and structural anomalies operating within ancient subsurface volcanic caverns. This isn't a theoretical plan for the distant future. Secret intelligence reports and military satellite telemetry indicate that China has officially bypassed the dangerous exposed lunar surface entirely, shifting their entire interstellar colonization strategy into the massive, impenetrable abyss of subterranean lava tubes. By deploying advanced robotic vanguard units into total darkness, the Chinese Space Agency is systematically establishing a permanent, undetectable lunar military and scientific stronghold, a hidden lunar empire that could grant them total dominance over the future of space exploration before America even sets foot on the Moon again. This unprecedented architectural paradigm shift has sent an immediate shockwave of absolute panic through the highest levels of the Pentagon and NASA's strategic planning committees. For decades, Western scientists assumed that lunar colonization would look like a collection of fragile, surface-level glass domes. But Chinese aerospace engineers realized that the surface of the Moon is a literal death trap of extreme cosmic radiation, micro-meteorite storms, and brutal temperature swings. To bypass these cosmic threats, Beijing has secretly launched a high-stakes, real-world initiative codenamed the Laurel Tree project, testing autonomous laser-scanning quadrupeds and massive inflatable biospheres deep within volcanic test caves right here on Earth. As we speak, this cutting-edge technology is being prepped for deep space deployment, threatening to completely lock down the Moon's most valuable underground real estate and leaving Western agencies entirely blind to what is happening beneath the lunar dust. To fully comprehend the sheer scale of China's underground ambitions, one must look at the astonishing geological reality of the lunar lava tubes themselves. Millions of years ago, when the Moon was still a geologically active world, rushing rivers of molten basaltic lava carved out immense subterranean channels beneath the lunar seas. As the outer layers of these lava rivers cooled and hardened into thick stone crusts, the molten core drained away, leaving behind a sprawling, interconnected network of pristine, empty tunnels that are mathematically grander than anything found on Earth. Deep space radar mapping from lunar orbiters has revealed that many of these basaltic vaults span several hundred meters in width, with solid ceilings up to 100 feet thick. This massive layer of volcanic rock provides a flawless, ready-made natural shield against the absolute worst threats of the cosmic environment, maintaining a remarkably stable internal temperature of roughly -20 degrees Celsius, while completely blocking out deadly solar flares, cosmic rays, and the relentless hypervelocity bombardment of micrometeorites that constantly pulverize the exposed surface above. Converting these pitch-black ancient caverns into a highly advanced breathable human habitat requires a level of engineering that borders on science fiction. And this is precisely where Beijing's Laurel Tree architecture comes into play. Because the rugged floors of these subterranean tubes are heavily littered with massive boulder collapses and jagged volcanic debris, traditional wheeled rovers are entirely useless. To conquer this treacherous terrain, China has pioneered the deployment of highly autonomous multi-legged robotic vanguards equipped with high-definition LiDAR scanning arrays, allowing them to map out the pitch-black caverns in 3D using invisible laser grids. Once a secure sector is charted, heavy-duty automated deployment units drop massive, multi-layered inflatable biospheres made of advanced radiation-resistant synthetic fibers directly into the cavern floor. Once pressurized with a breathable atmosphere, these structures expand like massive high-tech cocoons against the solid basalt walls, utilizing the natural structural integrity of the cave itself to create vast, multi-level underground laboratories, hydroponic farms, and nuclear-powered living quarters capable of sustaining hundreds of personnel completely undetected from the surface. The geopolitical and military implications of China's underground migration have sent shockwaves through the highest echelons of the Pentagon and the U.S. Space Command. For years, American defense strategy was built on the assumption that space surveillance was an absolute science, that any military or strategic assets placed on the moon would be perfectly visible to deep space tracking networks, optical satellites, and high-frequency radar arrays. However, a base buried beneath 100 feet of solid iron-rich lunar basalt changes the rules of planetary warfare entirely. By operating deep within these ancient volcanic tubes, China's lunar infrastructure becomes completely invisible to orbital reconnaissance and entirely immune to kinetic interference or EMP threats. Intelligence analysts warn that Beijing could comfortably assemble massive nuclear-powered research reactors, stockpile precious harvested water ice resources, and even deploy advanced anti-satellite weaponry directly within these caverns, and the West would remain completely blind to their existence until the assets were fully operational. This terrifying lack of visibility has triggered an intense, undeclared territorial crisis centered around the moon's highly limited orbital real estate. Unlike the vast open plains of the lunar Maria, the specific craters that grant physical entry into these subterranean lava tubes, known as lunar skylights, are incredibly rare and geographically tight. Space law experts point out that under current international frameworks, whoever physically controls the surface entrance to a cave effectively controls the entire underground territory beneath it. If China manages to land its heavy-lifting Chang'e infrastructure at the lips of these strategic skylights first, they can legally declare a security perimeter around the zone, effectively locking the United States and its Artemis partners out of the largest, safest, and most resource-rich habitats on the entire moon. The United States now finds itself in a desperate strategic bottleneck, realizing that while they have been planning an expensive, highly exposed surface camp, China has been quietly preparing to seize the ultimate high ground by burying themselves deep within the lunar bedrock. As the dawn of this underground space age breaks, humanity is forced to confront a striking irony. Our journey into the grand cosmos has led us right back into the primeval depths of the cave. For centuries, our vision of the future was defined by soaring glass spires and gleaming metallic towers reaching high into the alien sky, a proud testament to human dominance over new worlds. Yet, the brutal physics of the lunar environment have humbled those ambitions, proving that survival on a dead world demands absolute protection rather than aesthetic vanity. By embracing the subterranean embrace of the moon's volcanic tunnels, China is not just executing a brilliant tactical maneuver, they are fundamentally redefining what it means to be an interstellar species. This architectural pivot serves as a stark reminder that the nation that conquers the deep space frontier will not be the one that builds the most visible monuments on the dust, but the one that possesses the cold, pragmatic vision to adapt to the harsh realities of the universe. We now stand at a critical historical crossroads where the celestial maps of tomorrow are being redrawn beneath our feet. The silent battle for the moon's lava tubes has effectively transformed the lunar landscape from a barren scientific outpost into a high-stakes arena of hidden empires and invisible borders. As robotic scouts continue to pierce the eternal dark of these basaltic vaults, and heavy machinery prepares to drop the first permanent habitats into the deep, the clock is ticking for Western exploration agencies to catch up. The ancient question, who will rule the moon, is no longer being decided by the flags planted proudly under the open sun, but by the silent, unseen footsteps echoing through the dark, subterranean labyrinths of another world. The race for the lunar underground is officially underway, and the winners will hold the keys to the future of human civilization among the stars.